Welcome again. I missed you so much. Okay, today we will talk about the human locomotory system. So I recognize you on the skeleton. Okay, how are you? Today we'll talk about one of the characteristics of the living organisms, which is motion. One of the properties of the living organisms is the ability to move. We can move. But how? The human movement occurs due to the participation and integration between three main systems in our body, which are the nervous system, which controls and regulates our movement, the skeletal system, and the muscular system. From one place to another place, seeking for benefits such as food, water, etc., or away from a harm. The system which is responsible for the movement is called locomotory system. The locomotory system consists of the skeletal system and the muscular system. So now let me introduce my best friends, or I can say the one who was my best friends. The skeleton. Okay, hello. Say hello. And now we will discuss the structure of the skeletal system. I'm scared. I'm scared. The motion of our body depends on the integration between bones and muscles. So we will discuss the structure of the skeletal system, and later we will discuss the structure of the muscular system. The skeletal system consists of two main parts, the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. So first we'll talk about the axial skeleton, then later we will talk about the appendicular skeleton. The actual skeleton consists of three main parts: the skull and the backbone and the rib cage. Okay? Again, the actual skeleton consists of three main parts: the skull, backbone, and the rib cage. The first part of the skeleton is the skull. What is the skull? The skull is a body box which contains cavities for eyes, nose, and ears. Its function to protect and preserve the brain. So the function of the skull is to protect the brain. Okay? The second part of the actual skeleton is the backbone. The backbone contains 33 vertebrae. 33 vertebrae. Between each two vertebrae there is a cartilage. What is the function of the cartilage? The cartilage prevents the friction between each two vertebrae, hence prevent their corrosion. The function of the backbone, it enables us to bend in all different directions. So I can bend in all directions by the aid of my backbone. It also protects the spinal cord inside it. The third part of the actual skeleton is called the rib cage. The rib cage consists of 12 pairs of ribs. Each bone of these is called rib. So we have 12 pairs of ribs. 10 of them are connected anteriorly to the sternum or the breastbone. This bone is called the breastbone or sternum. The function of the rib cage, first, it protects the heart and the lungs. Second, it plays an important role in the breathing process. Okay, we talked about the actual skeleton. Now we talk about the appendicular skeleton. The appendicular skeleton consists of two main parts: the bones of upper limbs and the bones of lower limbs. Now we'll talk about the bones of upper limbs. The bones of upper limbs are connected to the shoulder bone, and they are consist of three main parts: the humerus bone, the forearm bone, and the hand bones. Again, the bones of the upper limbs are connected to the shoulder bone, and they are consist of three main parts: the humerus bone, and the forearm bone, and the hand bones. Functions of the upper limbs are: it allows us holding things or catching things. Also it allows us eating, drinking, writing, etc. appendicular skeleton is the bones of the lower limbs. First, they are connected to the pelvic bone. This bone is called the pelvic bone, so the lower limbs are connected to it. Also, it consists of three main parts. The femur bone, this is called femur bone, and the shaved bones, and the foot bones. The bones of the lower limbs allow us carrying things, running, walking, and they carry the rest parts of the body.
You're gonna have to count your losses. Easily attracted, but dangerous to get distracted. I'm drawing circles, don't you know? Take the seed that wants to grow to a garden, part of the territory.
To move in a flexible way, we need another main part called joints. Without joints, we can't move. Joint is the location at which each two bones meet each other. So this is called joint because this bone and this bone are meet each other. Also this is called joint and this is called joint, etc. The joints allow movement between bones. Without joints, we can't move. There are three types of joints: immovable joints, slightly movable joints, and freely movable joints. The first type of joints is called immovable joints because it doesn't allow any movement. such as the joints between bones of the skull. It doesn't allow any movement, but it has another function, such as it plays an important role in the growing of the skull. The second type of joints is called slightly movable joints. They allow the movement in only one direction, such as the knee joints and the elbow joint. The third type of joints is called freely movable joints because they allow movement in all directions, such as the shoulder joint. It allows the movement in all directions, and the wrist joint. It also allows the movement in all directions, so I can move my wrist in all directions. And the hip joint or thigh joint, I can move it in all directions. We talked about the skeletal system. Now we talk about the other main part in the locomotory system, which is the muscular system. The muscular system is the engine of our body because it generates the kinetic energy needed to let our body move. We can move by the aid of the muscular system because muscles have the ability to contract and relax. But what fixes the muscles to bones? Muscles are fixed to bones by long strips called tendons. There are two types of muscles, voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles. They are the muscles that can move willingly and we can control their motion, such as the limbs muscles, face muscles, trunk muscles, and the abdominal wall muscles. They are the muscles that we can't control their motion or even aware of their movement, such as gastrointestinal muscle, blood vessel muscles, and bladder muscles.
داير جاكيت منصب 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 داير جاكيت داير جاكيت منصب داير جاكيت منصب داير جاكيت